Welcome to the Rude Dude Cast. Rude Cast!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rude Dude Cast, episode 175. That's a pretty big number, Mike Terry. How are you guys doing today? Mike Terry, how are you doing today, my friend?
175, feeling alive. Woo! Welcome, everybody, to the Rude Dude Cast. All right,
now you're rude, in the rude zone, dude.
I was just looking as we were in the stream. I saw 175. I was like, holy shit.
Yep.
175 weeks of the Rude Dude Cast.
It's pretty wild, dude. It's pretty wild.
Right?
I mean, it would be a lot more if we hadn't taken our 2-year hiatus. We'd probably be up to episode 400. I would bet we'd be at 375 by now, right? Probably.
Oh, possibly.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that zone.
Give or take.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Rude Dude Cast. Twitter and Instagram at TheRudeDudeCast, Facebook.com/RudeDudeCast. Today is Wednesday, April 29th, the day of recording. We are live on twitch.tv/man_Doronius.
That's right. Doronius.
Doronius. We'll be on YouTube in a couple days because the kids they listen to the podcast on the YouTube these days.
It's true.
And we're just hanging out, dude. I'm in good spirits today. Lots of good news coming down the pike for me. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, good news. So, as some of our listeners and viewers know, my girlfriend is a pediatrician, and we found out as of yesterday, no longer has to work in the ICU with adults.
Oh, they're nice.
So because people are social distancing and staying home, less cases are coming in, and so they don't need the pediatricians jumping in. And sorry, my dog is getting rowdy. Is jumping in and taking care of the old folks. So
that's a massive relief.
Yeah. So basically, people are just not coming in as much for the coronavirus, and the people who are there, some are going home. Most of them are going to die or have died, and so not to make a joke of it, but yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, so that happened, and then we found out that after they fought long and hard, after basically slave labor, that they're going to get hazard pay. So that's crazy good news.
That's good news.
We're going to pick up some of our favorite food. We're actually driving up by you today. We're going to drive.
Oh no shit!
Get food from the cookery,
nice.
Or in the area of that, and
cool.
Other than it's kind of being kind of dreary outside, I'm in good spirits today. It's almost fucking May, so I'm pumped.
Yes, it is, man. Well, being that it's almost May, that means it's time for me to figure out a way to get a new air conditioner because you know what? I'm not fucking going to Home Depot, and I don't know what to do. So,
I wouldn't go to Home Depot because you have to wait online like every day to get in there.
Yeah, I bet.
Why don't you just jump on to like Sears or something like that, or Bradley's or Caldor?
I've been looking. Well, here's the thing,
stores that don't exist anymore.
Now, if anybody listens to the podcast, please, if anybody has insight on this, because I've been trying to figure this out for like the last 2 weeks. I've been researching, Googling, YouTubing, Amazoning, trying to find a fucking near silent or at least quiet air conditioner, right? And there are air conditioners that are like marketed as quiet air conditioner, but the ones that I have found that I'm like, oh, that looks like a really good one, or one that I'm willing to buy is like either like not made anymore, not in production anymore. Like there was one that I found that was like a GE air conditioner that was like GE ultra quiet, and like it was on sale at Lowe's exclusively in 2018, but it doesn't exist anymore. So like I've just had shit luck with it.
You ever see those things? They're big fucking big circles, and they just blow air like almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's quiet, I think.
Yes, I need something
Unless
like that.
I just made that up, and it's not a thing.
Because dude, no, that's the thing. But because dude, though, like last summer I had my air conditioner and like I was trying to stream on Twitch and stuff like that. And like, dude, it was just like I'd be streaming and it would get hot in the room because my freaking PC is like a goddamn, like, you know, it's like a damn furnace. Like my air conditioner would turn on and be in the background. You know? Then what?
Yeah, so from what I've learned from podcasting and recording studios and listening to a lot of podcasts, basically what they do is they just go without air conditioning and you just have to suffer through the heat while you're recording. The problem is when you're Twitch streaming, number one, with a giant beard, super long hair, a fucking snow hat inside. I'm
gonna get a gland infection, dude. You know, like,
and it's the middle of summer. You know, it's gonna be summertime. So like, you kind of and you stream for like 8 hours. So that's the problem.
If I do four. Wait, hold on 1 second.
All right, 4 hours. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's
one of
those things.
I used to stream. I did stream once for 8 hours. I streamed once for 12 hours.
When like a new game comes out, like something.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying is that.
Well, go ahead.
Well, we'll get there. But like what I'm saying is like you have to suffer for your art.
Sure.
So you might just have to shut it down for 4 hours, or just ice down the room and close the door and just don't go. Don't go out of the room and just make sure the room stays kind of cold.
It's true, dude. Or just have a little gain in the background, have a little buzz in the background. It is what it is. I'm trying to turn off.
Or just have the buzz and then add music so the music covers it. But I'm going to kill this fucking dog today. He's trying to knock
in game. He's talking about Twitch staff. Right? You're not really going to kill your dog?
No, he's being an asshole.
I know. No, I have to make that distinction for not getting banned. My fucking autofocus is on, but I have it turned off. Look at this.
I know. What are
you
doing
so triggering? No, I don't know. Like it's disabled, but it's still on. I don't get it.
Twitch. It's the Twitch monsters.
Yeah.
Dude,
so what's up? What else?
Nothing, dude. I stayed up last night till 5 a.m. crushing a series and updating the Jukebox Romantics store envy.
Nice.
Our web store. And we got mugs now. We got coffee mugs, and I'm pumped.
Nice, dude.
And tote bags. So check it out, anyone who's listening. But yeah, so it took me forever to do that because I was like basically had to find all the right files again and like re-upload things. And but I watched a Hulu series, which I don't watch too many Hulu series. Mm-hmm. And it was really good.
Which was it? Handmaid's Tale? You're fucking up if you're not watching Handmaid's Tale.
No, I mean, I didn't want to deep dive. I watched High Fidelity.
Okay.
So with Lenny Kravitz's daughter.
Okay.
She's slamming. It's good. It's like one season. I mean, it's, basically the John Cusack movie turned into like TV form, but following a girl around and all failed relationships, and she owns like a record store. If you like music and you like kind of like romantic things, it's pretty good. I thought it had a bottle episode that was one of the worst bottle episodes I've ever seen in the series.
Okay.
Listeners who don't know, a bottle episode is basically an episode that just follows one character around in a specific situation and doesn't have to do with like the main story of much.
Right.
But it was fine. It ended all right. I don't know if it'll get a second season. The music was good, but like basically I watched it till like 4 or 5 a.m. because I was like updating.
You said this. I'm actually, for the first time since we've rebooted the podcast, I'm taking notes on so what I could list as the episode order for later. This is High Fidelity on Hulu.
High Fidelity on Hulu.
It's a High Fidelity show?
Yeah, it's a show, not a movie. It's a show with a girl as the focus instead of a guy, and all of her failed relationship shit.
SJW bullshit. No, I'm just kidding. Fucking.
Yeah, it's a woman of color. So,
I'm just kidding.
All the incels will be real upset.
Of course.
It's really good. I mean, I didn't love it. I just think it's a really good show. I think it could have been better. Yo, dog, today's not the day, bro. Why right now? But so yeah, I crushed that yesterday. Just been catching up on Schitt's Creek. Way behind on that.
Yeah. What did I watch? Oh, okay. On Saturday, my throat. I had a goblin in my throat. Yeah, dude. Saturday and Sunday, I binged it Terry, I was talking to you about this. You've seen it like a couple of years ago. You said it was like out somewhere else, but it just debuted on Netflix recently. WACO, after WACO, Texas.
Oh yeah, it was on the Paramount or the Sundance channel.
Right.
Yeah,
autofocus,
I saw it a couple. So I saw it a couple of years ago.
Dude, this
6-episode series on the Waco incident in Texas, which is like, dude, like
insane.
Side story before Waco. When we first went on tour to Texas, it was like our first tour outside of the East Coast, like in 2010. We drove through Waco, and the whole time, all of us in the car were just like, because like it was a big deal when we were growing up, and just like driving through that town. It's a shitty town, but like I'm sorry if anybody listening is from Waco, but
I suppose it's possible.
What did you think of the series,
dude?
Did you crush it? You crushed it.
I crushed it in 2 days, easy. It's 6 episodes, 45-minute episodes, dude. I loved it. Like I think like that's just my jam though. You know what I mean? Like basically just like the whole thing. It had everything that like appeals to me. I'm into cult stuff. Because that's basically what we try to do here on Twitch when we're not doing the podcast is form a small cult. And it's like FBI.
Are you into cults? Are you into cult stuff? Like cult shows and movies? I got tons.
So yes and no. Like it has to be very specifically
Did you see
tailored.
season 2? Did you see season 2 of The Sinner with Carrie Coon? It's all about cults.
Ooh, you're speaking my language now.
I know.
Carrie Coon and cults.
I know you like Carrie Coon and cults.
Those are two dangerous terms to put together in a sentence for me.
Yeah. Dog.
So.
Dogs.
He went offline. That was a clip right there, dude. Clip it and ship it.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Fuck.
Oh my God.
So listeners who don't know, people not watching, my dog is a 55-pound pure muscle pit bull Great Dane mix, and he's fucking deaf. So there's no telling him to stop, and like he's like being extra on me right now. And I have my headset in, and he's just being like a scutch-a-magooch is what we say.
Scutch-a-magoo.
He's being a scutch. It's like a New York Italian thing.
Yeah, that is a very New York Italian thing. You're scutch-a-magooch.
Maybe people say scutches. Oh, now he's trying to eat my hand.
He would. Dude, what a troll.
I know, he's fucking asshole. Look, he's like, look at me, I'm on the camera. He's just smiling. So I'll just talk from behind his head. But I didn't know you like cult stuff. I love anything cult related, real life cult stuff, like podcasts about cult shit or movies based on cult stuff. Like, dude, there's another great one about the Jonestown Massacre and all that shit. Anyway,
right.
Whatever. Waco, Texas.
Right.
Great cast.
Dude,
right? Great cast.
Great cast. Solid character. Like, the characters were all really good. And what I liked about it the most is it was so short. It was 6 episodes. It's a limited series. We're not going to get another one. And what I liked about it is how they were able to make you, like, invested in the cast in such a short amount of time. Like, by the end of the 3rd episode, you're, like, on the edge of your... At least I was. Like, I was really into it. And, you know, it was just it just ticked all the boxes for me. Like, it had
dude, I really enjoyed it too. Like, I remember when it was on, I kept telling everybody to watch it. I think we might even talked about it on the cast. It was right when we stopped doing the cast, or right around there. I was telling everybody to watch it, and you know, my dad watched it, and our buddy Tom McDougal watched it.
Yes,
but like, it was on a weird channel, and like when anything is something that's not obtainable that easily, like. Trying to get people to watch something, they're like, what channel is it on? I don't have that channel. I got to download some random app. So I'm really glad that Netflix picked it up and bought the rights to it to showcase it, because it's really good.
Well, that's the thing. Like, what was crazy is, like, it said that's the only reason I saw it on Netflix, because it was number 3 trending in the US, and I was like, what the fuck is this? So I clicked it, and it was from like 2018, and I was like, wait, how is it number 3 trending right now, and it's 2 years old? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it just didn't get enough eyes.
It just got picked up.
You know, it was on a channel that wasn't like worthy of its greatness. And dude, those channels, whatever channel it was on, if you could find out, or maybe I could find out if it was Sundance or whatever channel it is, like, has some cool shit on it. But it was just like, it was an app that would crash a lot. It wasn't a great app, like whatever it was channel it was on. But the actors in it, what's her name? Ramen noodle hair girl. She's
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
She's one of the main characters or actresses in Ozark, which I think is a huge part of why it did so well.
Got picked up
because Ozark is like a huge Netflix show.
It's easily one of their like top 10 big shows, right? Like
especially
top 5
especially with the pandemic going on. Like it got a lot of new viewers, but it was doing huge numbers. It was doing huge numbers before that.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. I mean, 100%. Like absolutely.
But yeah, so and some other actors in it too. We're terrible on this show when it comes to actors and people that are in the show. But
best had ever.
Did you know the story of Waco before this?
Dude, no. Also, best had ever said Ozark season 3 was hilarious and awesome. That's what Terry said. Terry liked it. You liked it, right, Terry?
I think Ozark season 3 is like the best crime drama thing since like The Sopranos and Breaking Bad.
That's awesome.
Easily.
So Waco, I knew nothing about it, dude. This is how they got me, right? The thumbnail. The thumbnail was it on Netflix. I saw the thumbnail. It was a big, bold, white letters, Waco. And in the back, a big fucking Texas sky. And that's all I need is a big sky and a fucking cool font, and I'm there.
Big sky, cool font. So did you like the movie Up? Because that's a big sky.
Yep, exactly.
Or is it not a Texas sky?
It's a big sky. Hey, big skies are big skies.
Yeah, who was the big main actor in this? The guy
don't
who played
know,
the cop
dude.
was great. Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon's great. He plays a sick fuck and everything.
Yes, he's great.
He plays Mr.
Are you talking about the main the main communicator?
Yeah.
FBI.
He plays Mr.
Whatever.
Green in The Night Before, that Christmas movie with Seth Rogen, where he's like this. He's like, look at my fingers. Look at my fingers. He plays a sick bastard and everything.
Yeah.
But that one he was he was on the good guys team, or wasn't the good guys team. It depends on how you look at it.
Well, he was the good guy on the bad guys team. Hey, they were both bad guys, right? The FBI, bunch of crooked fucks trying to kill people with tear gas. And then you have the cult who is a pedophile. The cult leader's pedophile. So,
Yeah, Julia Garner. That's her name from Ozark. Curly hair girl.
Right.
She's also one of the Culkins, Rory Culkin.
Rory Culkin? Like Macaulay? Yeah. Oh, Macaulay Culkin's brother. Thibodeau.
Yeah.
That dude is like, he was the weirdest dude.
Yeah, David
and like
Thibodeau.
Unlikely huge role. Like in the first episode when he's introduced, I had a feeling about Thibodeau where I was like, he's kind of a really tiny character, like this little straggler that they kind of pick up at a local show because the cult leader is also in a band.
Which is a cult leader thing. Look at
totally.
Charles Manson.
And Jared Leto. So and R. Kelly, right?
Dog.
Oh, no. So anyway, that Thibodeau character, I was like, this guy is gonna be the biggest fucking character of the show at the end. That's bullshit. I didn't predict that, but I looked at him and I was like, this guy's gonna die. I'm not gonna say that happened or didn't happen, but I just knew there was gonna be more to his character by the end, and lo and behold, there was.
Koresh was good too. The guy who played David Koresh, which is Taylor Kish,
and low key, John Leguizamo was in like the first 2 episodes, big role, but never, he kind of
was he? Oh yeah, there he is.
He was huge in that. In the first, he was
Jacob
huge
Vasquez.
Episode like 2 and 3, he was big in, but then like disappeared from the last 3 episodes.
So the big story about Waco, without spoiling it, it's a real life story. So I mean, if you don't know about it by now, if you're not from America,
if you don't know, you're about to.
It was basically a standoff with a cult who apparently had like a big cache of weapons, and it was just handled really poorly by the people in charge of trying to shut down this cult.
Yes.
They kind of just went about it the wrong way. And they used like tactics like blasting music to get them out. And
psyops. Psyops.
Yeah, so it was just like, it was a little much the way that in real life how it was handled. And it was handled poorly. And like a bunch of people died.
Yes, a lot of people.
Yeah. So, okay, so you watched Waco. That's random for you. Just pick up a show and go.
I don't usually do that. You're right. And I was just in a Netflix mood. I was like,
also, you saw that it was 6 episodes, 1 and done. There's no seasons to commit.
Those are the Netflix shows that, like, dude, like that. Everything sucks. The end of the fucking world.
So I just watched another one of those shows while we're talking about what's streaming.
Sure.
I watched a show. Never Have I Ever. It's
Okay.
basically like Everything Sucks and Sex Education.
I'm
and
not
all
okay
those,
with
high
this, like
school-
that one.
Yeah, high school
Coming of
teen
age.
drama stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually talking to Maggie about it when we were watching it. I was like, when are we at the age where we're not allowed to watch like high school teen? I was trying to say like 40 when we have kids. Like what? I was like, because I
man.
really enjoy like coming of age, high school, like
I do too.
like that sort of thing. I think most people do because it's like a time of your life. But like the shows nowadays, especially, are so well done that they're kind of marketed and written for everybody. It's not written for like I wouldn't watch a show that was on the Disney Channel because
Exactly.
it's not because it's not written for me. This
Right.
is a show that's like written for me. Like so. Anyway, it's about an Indian girl who lives in like L.A. and she's part of like a group of uncool like other girls, and like they're really smart. And it's all about her like wanting to get laid and living with an Indian mother who's really strict, and her dad died, and her dad was played by Mohinder from Heroes. And there's no other real big names in it other than Andy Samberg and John McEnroe, the tennis player, are the narrators for no reason. And like it's pretty vulgar at times, like language wise, but it's not like a vulgar comedy. And
Right.
it was really smart and heartfelt, and it was like 22-minute episodes, and there was 10 of
Gotcha.
them. So like, if we don't get another season of Whatever It Takes, I wouldn't be heartbroken. But that's a perfect example of a show that you could watch and crush it. We crushed it in a night or 2 nights, basically.
Nice. And what was this
You
called?
Not Whatever It Takes. Never Have I Ever.
Never Have I Ever.
Yeah.
You know
What
which
the
one?
fuck is Whatever It Takes?
It's got to be like a fucking.
It's got to be a show.
What's that? Who's the dude that does?
Whatever It Takes sounds like an HGTV show.
It sounds like
We're
an
gonna
eight.
fix it. We're gonna fix this garden. Whatever it takes.
Who's the dude in that did the song "The Best Around"? You're the best around. No one's gonna ever get you down.
Fuck. I have it on fucking record
It
somewhere.
sounds like it would be one of his songs. Whatever it takes, I'm gonna eat your face. Like a big '80s hit song. You know what I mean?
Whatever It Takes is a 2000 rom-com, a modern-day
Oh, boy.
remake of Cyrano de Bardic Tale. Whatever It Takes. I've never even heard of it.
Well, fucking make it. Make your own show. Do we have any other? Oh, do you have any other show stuff before we talk about
probably.
the main course?
I've been
Westworld,
watching
baby.
a lot of Shudder.
Shutter
A lot
horror
of Shudder.
stuff.
Well, I got screwed, man. I did a free week trial, and then I forgot to fucking unsubscribe. So I got
You got
Shudder
they got you, dude.
for $5.99.
$5.99. Remember when
That's
remember when the WWE Network first came out and JBL was shilling $9.99 every fucking cent is $9.99.
Yeah, but
There was a meme.
$5.99. It's not too bad.
$5.99 is not bad at all. It's probably more content than the WWE Network had at the time, right?
No, but it's they got.
They
some
kind
cool
of did
original
have their
shows.
full library up from
Yeah.
rip, pretty much, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's cool because I'm like watching things I haven't seen, and I've been watching the series The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs. It's an old series that used to be on TBS when we were kids.
Okay.
Where he would like do dinner in a movie. Remember Dinner in a Movie?
No.
It would basically be like a TBS, like they'd show a movie and like cook dinner. This was like after that. It would
Yeah,
be, like,
dude, fuck yeah.
this would be like horror movies and like hosted, like, you know how like Elvira used to host horror movies? He's basically a horror movie host, and he basically like talks over the movie, kind of like Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Right.
But they brought back the series. Like Shudder has some original series. We were talking about it last week with the Curse series, and I don't know. There's just some stuff down there. I throw a lot of stuff in the background.
Sure.
Just to like have on the background, like horror movie stuff. You can kind of just like right now as we're talking, I have the movie Deathgasm on in the background, and literally someone's getting vibrators and dildos shoved in their ears.
Don't show it.
And being murdered. You can't
Don't
really
show
see
it. Copyright and gore, both against Twitch TOS.
Oh Christ! How
Yeah,
can we
yeah, yeah.
show
Flip
about
it.
Horror movies. You can't talk about gore.
No, you can't show it. You can't show it.
Wait. Video games have tons of gore in it.
If it's in the context of a game, it's fine.
That
Seriously.
is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Welcome to Twitch.
Actually, I have a Twitch meeting next Wednesday.
Really?
Yeah, so because of Bands in Town, which is an app the band uses for like promoting shows, their Twitch is like partnering up with them and Spotify to start doing like live streams of band concerts.
Oh,
so
okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You were sending me a thing about that a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, so I got invited to I don't know where the fuck it went. It's in my messages somewhere. I got invited to be part of a seminar, and I had to like sign up for it, and it's next Wednesday on Twitch, and it's like some guy who runs shit at Twitch. I don't know, just trying to figure it out. Maybe I'll start streaming more just on my own when it comes to doing band stuff.
Do it, man, because dude, Twitch has a whole category for
May
music.
6th, how to use Twitch for music artists. The seminar is at noon next Wednesday, so we'll see.
Dude, I mean, it's just categorized under music and creativity stuff.
Yeah, if anybody's interested, it's free. It's a free webinar. So just Google it. I'm sure it'll pop up. I got an email about it. So I was like, sure, why not? Might as well help me understand Twitch a little bit more. But back to TV stuff. Never Have I Ever was all right. It was cool. Feel good, kind of like that sort of thing.
Right.
Basically, that's kind of it. I haven't really been streaming anything else, really.
Sure.
I want to maybe start something new, but I don't know what.
Well, I don't know, dude. Before we move in, there's a big video game news that we can talk about. But before we move off TV, we got to talk about Westworld. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
The big fucking elephant in the room. Come on.
But wait. Before Westworld, because I want to drop this before I forget. It's HBO related. HBO's developing a Hellraiser series.
No kidding.
With David.
Whoa, Hellraiser.
Yeah.
That's fucking great.
This is from Deadline. David Gordon Green, who directed the newest Halloween movie, which was pretty good.
Yep.
And the series is being written by Mark Verheiden, who did Battlestar Galactica and Daredevil, and Michael Dougherty, who did X-Men United, Trick or Treat, which is one of my favorite horror movies also. So basically, it's going to be – it's in production already, or it's being written. And yeah, I don't know. Or it's pretty much greenlit and in development. So
that's awesome.
It's like big. I think it's going to be on HBO Max.
Sweet. I am a big Hellraiser fan. I watched. Okay, this is kind of what happened to me. This is my Hellraiser story. Okay, when I was like in my teens, like I was scared of horror movies when I was a kid. Like from the time I was like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? And then one day when I was like 15, I worked up the courage to watch a bunch of horror movies that I was always terrified of as a kid. And Hellraiser was one of those movies. And I was watching like just the classic stuff like Halloween, Freddy Krueger, Jason, that kind of stuff, right? And then like in that batch of things, I decided like, hey, fuck it, I'll watch Hellraiser too, because that VHS cover always scared the shit out of me in video stores when I was a kid. I'm gonna watch it. So I did, and like Hellraiser just like stood out to me among all those other movies as like a true gem, because it was not only just like a scary horror movie,
it's
but also
super sci-fi.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking surreal and surrealism. Like there's aspects of that are like fucking remind me like Twin Peaks almost. It gets that weird.
It might be older. It's definitely older than Twin Peaks.
80s, mid 80s, late 80s.
When did Twin Peaks come out?
85, I want to say. I'm not sure.
85 was Twin Peaks?
No, it's got to be way before that. Let me see. No way. It was like 95. Hold on.
Yeah, what are you talking
Twin Peaks.
Hellraiser 1987.
Season 1. Hold on. 1990. All right, it was 1990.
Yeah, and Hellraiser was 87. There's
right.
Weird. I mean, Clive Barker's a weirdo. Like,
so I think
he's
probably
got a lot of weird books, like
Yeah, but like it's fucking weird as fuck. Okay, and that's what I love so much about Hellraiser. That's not only horror, but it's surrealism and fucking sci-fi and all that weird shit in a big ball of chaos, and I love it.
You should watch that movie, then The Void.
I saw The Void, and it was crazy, and it was just in the same vein as Hellraiser. I love it.
It starts off as like a zombie movie and turns into this weird void thing.
Yeah. I love that kind of shit. That's my favorite.
I love Hellraiser 2. If you like Hellraiser 2 is the one you would like, I think, the best.
I think
that's the one where they go like into the box and it's very weird.
Yeah.
Like it's very.
So I think I saw as far as Hellraiser 2. And then like I didn't see 3 or any of the other ones. I know there was a thousand.
I think
of them.
after 3, it's.
I'm sure they go to shit. I'm sure they do. But this will give me an excuse to binge watch all the Hellraiser movies. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, not that they're worth binge watching, but why not?
The first early ones, sure. But
sure. Dude,
so
they're weird. The first one is weird.
Oh fuck yeah, man! Hell yeah, it's weird, dude. Hell yeah. All right. So, is there anything else besides that before we touch on Westworld? Touch all over it.
Nope. I got.
Okay. So, man, it's the penultimate episode to the end of season 3 for Westworld. Episode 7, 8 will be the finale this coming Sunday. Goddamn, Terry, it was another fucking banger. To me, I said last week that episode 6 was probably my favorite episode of the series. For me, this was kind of the episode. Full spoilers ahead. If you haven't watched Westworld up to Westworld season 3, episode 7, mute the stream or just go fuck off for a couple of minutes and come back.
We'll type in the chat when we're done.
This episode, it wasn't like it didn't top the previous week for me, but it was just one of these like storytelling necessity episodes. You know what I mean? Like this was the episode where a lot got explained, right? Sorry, I was doing fixing the autofocus.
Yeah, so a lot did get explained, there was a lot of exposition info dump from Solomon and
Solomon Grundy.
I was not super high on this episode. I liked it. I just think it's because it's an 8-episode season or 10 episodes, or 8 episodes.
8. Yeah,
that this was the episode that they were like, all right, we're going to give you this major reveal about Caleb because you don't know anything about him yet. And in doing so, we're also going to explain this whole thing, which explains his thing. And, it just seemed like a lot of info, and it was kind of like spoon-fed, so that it wasn't too confusing.
Right.
But
I agree.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it though.
And it was reminiscent to the second to last or last episode of season 2 as well, because they did the same thing where they just dumped it all on you at once at the end, right?
Yeah.
And I think that okay, I'm sorry, Rudiverse, people that listen to this podcast for the since the beginning. I'm sorry that I always reference back to The Leftovers, but this truly is the perfect comparison because The Leftovers season 3 and final season, mind you, was also 8 episodes instead of 10, and it was a shortened season. And from the jump when that was airing, I was like, dude, how are they gonna wrap this up in 8 episodes?
Dude, it's a fucking HBO thing. They did it with fucking Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Yeah, and this is the thing, right? With The Leftovers, I felt like that it could have been less episodes. I felt like they delivered more and then some. Like, do you remember in season?
Dude, I think a big part of it with Westworld is because how expensive the show is.
Yeah, that's why.
Two more episodes. You're like, I don't think we can do it.
Right. Well, they're like, we can cram all of it into like 8 episodes, or because if they do more episodes, they have to allot X amount of dollars for the budget for each of those episodes, right? So I think it's a cost-cutting thing, honestly. I'm sure they're still spending a fuck ton of money on episode 7, you know what I mean? But I think it would probably cost them more to produce 1 episode as opposed to 2 with the same amount of content spaced out, you know what I mean? So this is the thing, right? Like you said, it was an info dump. There was so much that happened. But amidst all that, one of the best things that I've seen on television still happened in this episode. And it's this thing that we've known has been coming since season 2. And it was the fucking showdown between Dolores and Maeve, right? Remember?
I like this, though, because it was totally like an old samurai movie.
Yes.
Where it was their first showdown.
Yes.
It wasn't the final showdown.
Right.
It's like when you play a video game when you get a taste of the final boss.
Just a taste.
But you don't get to really fight him.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, I feel like that's what it was.
Oh,
but yeah. I'm officially not doing it anymore. I'm not watching the previews anymore for shows on HBO.
You don't like it?
They gave away everything. They gave away that Dolores was losing her arm. Like, they give away so much stuff.
True.
Like, just in the previews.
True.
That would have been a huge reveal. that would have been a huge reveal when her arm gets blown off. Like
Yeah. Well, they show her, and in the did you watch the preview for the finale or no?
Jesus, I did watch it.
So you see her getting a new body, like, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
It's like, I could see where your point is. You know what I mean? That said, it was still like I'm still fine with it being the way that it was. Like rewatching it, I'm gonna be fine with this. Like I'm gonna rewatch Westworld when it's all said and done. Like after the final season's over, I'm gonna wait a period of time and then I'm gonna rewatch it from the beginning. And I think like episodes like this where they bombard you with info and stuff like that, it's fine in a rewatch because you know it's coming. You know what I mean? And you know how to like process it all more on a second watch. You know what I mean?
Well, that's like all of season 2 of Westworld.
Yeah.
And it was interesting. I was listening to another podcast about Westworld the other day, and they were talking about like this is the only time that like you'll watch this and you won't, and nobody else ever will watch this again without going directly into the next episode.
Right.
So, like,
exactly.
So like that is a huge thing with Westworld, and I feel like a lot of people who haven't jumped on the Westworld game, when they start from the beginning, they're going to be like, oh, like, what is this Western show? And like it'll get unpacked a lot quicker because they're going to binge watch it.
Sure.
And I think a big fun part of Westworld is really deep diving into theories and what's happening next.
Right.
Because even this season, even though they changed the way the story is told
don't
and
spoil the
how
movie.
they tell stories on the show comparatively to the other seasons, there's a good chance of like that this could be Future World or that this could be a whole different thing, and that basically Dolores used Caleb to like basically take out his own species.
Right. By the way, Mr. John Wick, thank you so much for the 100 bits. He says, dude, don't spoil the movie. But don't worry, Westworld's not a movie, so we're not spoiling any movies.
There is a movie.
Show. Oh, there is a movie. Fair enough, but it's from the 70s, right? So
yeah.
But thank you for those 100 bits. I do appreciate it, Mr. John Wick, my friend. Mike Terry.
He's the John Wick.
He's the John Wick. What do you... Any predictions? Any predictions for the finale?
Sorry,
I'm fixing my autofocus again. What is this? There we go.
Hold on, I got lost in Twitch with these fucking bits. Any predictions in the finale? I mean, no. I think Caleb's getting the axe. I think he's going to die.
Yeah, you think so?
I don't think he's a return.
Really? You think it was a one hit, one and done?
I think so. Especially since he has like another show on like Apple TV.
Yeah, well, all right, true. But my argument is that Westworld comes out so like sporadically, like every like 2 years. You think they could film on the off season of the other show? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think he's toast. I think a couple of people are toast. I think Stubbs is toast.
Perhaps.
Bernard is staying. Dolores is staying. Maeve is staying. Because nobody really dies in the show. Everybody comes back and rebuilt anyway.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's true.
And if they were a human, they'd come back as like a host.
Like even the young man in black is still being used in season 3. You know what I mean? Like, no one ever goes away. God damn autofocus, man! It's out of control. Like it's never been this bad.
Anybody who's listening to this on audio is gonna be like, "What the hell is he talking about?" Autofocus.
Yeah. On Twitch, there's such a thing as video feed, audio listeners, where you can come here and you can watch us in video form, live. Live. So, is anything else to touch on with Westworld before we move into other stuff? Because I have a big video game news I want to get into.
Yeah, no, go to video games, babe.
All right, so this is for probably a lot of people that might be listening on Twitch. This is probably old news for you guys because we're all gamers here and we all are up to date on the news. But The Last of Us, if you didn't know, 2 weeks ago was sadly delayed indefinitely due to what they said was, well, I mean, let's be real. Let's be coy. It was because of the virus. You know what I mean? They wanted to put the game in the most people's hands as possible at launch. And because they probably couldn't produce physical discs and collector's edition versions of the game like they normally would for a release, they wanted to delay the game indefinitely. It just came out the other day that the game's new release date, much to my surprise, is actually June 19th, which is less than a month from the original release date of May 29th, which is amazing. Not only that, we got a new release
this
date
year?
Of this year. So Last of Us 2 is coming out June 19th, which is not far away. In the grand scheme of things, this is less than a 1 month delay, which is fantastic news.
Is that a PS4 exclusive?
Yes, this is going to be one of the last PS4 exclusives before the PlayStation 5 comes out. In addition to this, they also gave a release date for the probably last big PS4 exclusive, Ghost of Tsushima, which is coming out in July. But there is, it's not all, not all good stuff about this, okay? The reason that this got a release date so quickly and abruptly was because a disgruntled Naughty Dog employee leaked the plot for the game. And so, in order to combat spoilers, they were like, fuck it, we have to get the game out. So, they decided to give it a release date to probably give people incentive not to look at spoilers. You know what I mean? Because if you don't know when the game's coming out, they delayed it indefinitely, meaning this could come out next month, it could come out next year. We don't know. So, and once the spoilers are out, if you don't know when the game's coming, it's going to give you probably more of an incentive to go look at spoilers, right? Whereas if they say, hey, it's coming out in June, you can hold out on spoilers till June. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, this is the thing. I did not want to go into detail reading about why this Naughty Dog employee was upset with the company. Because to avoid spoilers, because if you go down Twitter trends and stuff like that, you're going to see people that are talking about the spoilers from the game and stuff like that, and I just didn't want to take that risk. I'm assuming when they say disgruntled employee that maybe that they were upset that the game was all but finished and they decided to delay it at the last minute instead of just releasing it digitally when they had the capability to do something like that. Maybe it has something to do with crunch. We know that's a topic of controversy in the video game industry where people are working like 120-hour work weeks and crazy shit like that. Maybe they were crunching at Naughty Dog and then they just said, you know what, we're not going to release the game because we want to do the biggest sales numbers possible, so we're not going to release the game during a pandemic, and then that pissed off employees, and then the guy said, I'm fucking leaking the plot details. Could have been a case like that. I don't know. I said. I
mean, I feel like it's pretty easy. Yeah, that does happen.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't want to go too far down the rabbit hole of reading about it to avoid spoilers. You know what I mean? That said, I fucking am so... I like whatever it is. I'm sorry to the employees that they were disgruntled for whatever reason, but I am just so happy to get this game in a time where we need content to keep our minds off of things. You know what I mean? And what better of a thing to deliver on than the sequel to one of the greatest video games, not only of this generation but of all time, in The Last of Us. So I'm extremely happy about that.
Dude, I just heard about this Combat for a Cause. I guess we missed it.
What is that?
But Ronda Rousey, Jason Mewes, and a bunch of other people were, single elimination Mortal Kombat 11 tournament.
Oh, no kidding.
That was on Twitch and a couple other things to raise money.
Really?
That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did we talk about WWE canceling their game last week? I don't know if we did.
No, but this would be a good tie-in to wrestling, wouldn't it? So WWE 2K 2021 is canceled. And it's being, instead of them releasing their annual 2K game, WWE is releasing a new game, I guess, called 2K Battlegrounds, which is more of like an arcade style, like cartoony kind of game, right? 2K20, I haven't played a WWE video game since I was in my teens or very, very early 20s. But from what I've understood, the game has been plagued with bugs year after year, and somehow it just gets worse and worse. I know NBA 2K is notorious for having horrible games, so I'm not surprised to hear that WWE's is even worse.
Last year's was a disaster.
Yeah, I saw some of the bugs from 2K20, and it looked like the tipping point.
Some of the bugs, it was like real bad.
Yeah, that game was the tipping point where they were like, okay, guys, let's take it off the table for a couple of years and really fucking try to iron some things out. You know what I mean? And so it seems like that's what they're doing.
Especially with the cinematic wrestling matches that happen nowadays. Like, can you imagine what the games are going to turn into?
Oh yeah, dude. Oh god. Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. We're gonna have a Firefly Funhouse match. It'll be fucking crazy.
Yeah. I think it's, I certainly wouldn't play I saw the trailer for the new game they're talking about, Battlegrounds. I certainly wouldn't buy it or play it. It's not really my cup of tea. And neither is
Battlegrounds.
WWE 2K. Yeah, that's the replacement game.
What?
Yeah, they announced a new game. Instead of 2K20, they're doing WWE Battlegrounds.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's like an arcade style. It's like the NBA Jam of like wrestling games. You know what I mean? There's
Okay,
like
so
big
like-
head mode, and everybody.
Like All
looks,
Stars, like the All Star game that came out a
it's
few years
similar.
ago.
Yeah, it's similar to that. It's not exactly a direct sequel to that, but it's like in the same vein as that, but even more arcadey.
Oh, that's not too bad. It might be all right.
Yeah, it works. It's going to be for kids. You know what I mean? It's a kids game. And it's basically the equivalent to NBA 2K also produces a game called Playgrounds. NBA 2K Playgrounds, which is like the NBA 2. It's like the NBA Jam equivalent to like a modern day NBA Jam, right?
Oh, okay.
So they're doing that instead. They're doing Battlegrounds, right? So they're gonna get that as a hold me over, pretty much. I think that's better than what everybody thought it was gonna be. It was once they announced that 2K21 was canceled, they did announce that there was something else that was gonna be announced, and everybody was like, it's gonna be another mobile game. So it's at least, hey, for wrestling fans that are really into 2K and stuff like that, hey, at least you got something that's not a mobile game to hold you over until 2K22.
I'm trying to get this retro game. There's a retro wrestling game coming out that looks fucking awesome.
The AEW game that looks like looks like
if that ever happens.
Yeah.
I mean that'll be good. That's going to happen eventually. No, there's a game called where is it here? Retrosoft Studios. They're making Retromania. It's the official sequel to the 1991 arcade classic WrestleFest. It's coming this July to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
Nice.
I've been following the development for like a long time.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty awesome. Like they do like this whole like there's a new challenger thing. Oh, I don't know what the hell that is. But like it's very much like they introduce the characters. Like here's Blue Meanie.
Holy shit, dude! The Blue Meanie.
Yeah. Like it's
BWO.
It's got like all the big people. Like
Sure.
like all like big independent people and old school people. They have who is this? It's like Triple H. Oh, there's like, they got like Tommy Dreamer.
Oh my god!
But the game looks cool. Like it looks like WrestleFest. It's like guys in the ring, like very arcadey style.
Right.
But it looks like it's being handled with like a lot of love and care.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, they got the steel cage matches and all this sort of shit. So we'll see when that comes out. I've been following it for a while. So
sweet. Well, I mean, that's one area of the video game industry that's been lacking in variety for a long time is a good old like just any other alternative to a WWE wrestling video game. So I think anything will do for this day and age. What about actual wrestling news, Mike Terry? Have you heard any about these lawsuits?
The only thing I've heard is that my mom watched Raw this week.
It was dreadful. It was a dreadful Raw. I give a lot of credit to the guys that are there week in and week out busting their asses. Like some of these guys are wrestling 2 and 3 matches a night, namely like Andrade and those dudes, Austin Theory and Garza. And also Selena Vega, who's basically become the main antagonist of Raw. She's like the modern day Vicky Guerrero, basically.
I know she's like in every segment. But are they jobbing them out?
No. I mean, no. It's pretty much their 50-50 booking. That they lose one week, they do well the next week. She also, let me just say, Zelina Vega's far less obnoxious than Vicky Guerrero ever was. But I just mean like she's the main antagonist of Raw now.
Sure.
In like a big way. So I give all those guys credit that are there right now, busting their asses. Who else has been working Raw? Like Asuka. Asuka's definitely the MVP of Raw at the moment.
I heard Apollo Crews has been doing all right.
Yeah, although I think he just lost a big match on Monday to Andrade. He got put in a U.S. They were kind of pushing him a little bit, being like, it's finally his time to shine. Like he's getting his moment. And then he lost the U.S. title and qualifying match. Oh, did he? He really got injured? That's a shame, dude.
He's storyline injury.
Okay. So yeah, I don't think he qualified for Money in the Bank then. I'm not sure, but I don't think he did. And he also didn't win the U.S. title. So big shame for Apollo. Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal.
Oh, dude, that I heard.
Returned.
That's actually, you know what? I'm actually interested in that because they have history. Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre.
3-man band, dude.
Yeah. So I think it'd be a no-brainer to feed him to Drew, and like obviously Drew is going to win, but at least it's interesting because they were used to be a team, and Jinder used to be a champion. So it is a credible idea that he could win. Not that he's gonna, but like I feel like that's a fine storyline.
Isn't it such a missed opportunity now that they just fired Heath Slater too? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Isn't it ironic that the leader of 3-man band is the one that got let go, and here's Drew McIntyre, the Universal Champion, and then you have Jinder Mahal making a triumphant return, and Heath Slater figuring out how he's gonna feed his kids. It's a damn shame. I'm trying to think of anything else of interest happened on Raw. Not really, dude. They did the contract signing between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. Other than that, that was about it.
What's happening on AEW? I don't even know.
Well, I know that it seems
they're
like
going back to like
what's that? Last week on AEW. Well, they
they're going to
alluded
start filming live, right?
after May 2nd. I've heard. Don't quote me on this, but I've heard that they're going to start going back to live shows in Jacksonville, Florida, after May 2nd with a bigger roster. Which is, I mean, like, listen, it's. I don't think anybody should be doing live anything right now, but if they're going to do it, I think it's better there than it is at their current location, because that fucking PNC Bank Arts Center style.
Dude, tonight's going to be fucking awesome.
What's up?
On AEW tonight, Jon Moxley will be there, and he's doing an interview. Best Friends versus Kip Sabian and Jimmy Havoc in a no DQ, no countout match. Brody Lee versus Marco Stunt.
Okay.
That'll be nuts. Dustin Rhodes versus Lance Archer in the TNT Championship Tournament semifinal. And then main event, Cody Rhodes versus Darby Allin in the TNT Championship Tournament semifinal.
It's definitely coming down. As far as that TNT title goes, it's gonna be. It's so obvious that it's gonna be. I'm not saying it's obvious in a bad way, but it's obvious in a wrestling way. Like if you watch
Cody
wrestling,
Rhodes versus Lance Archer.
Yeah, and I think you're gonna feed Cody Rhodes right to Lance Archer. You know what I mean? Because listen, this is the thing. The way that they've been playing that angle is Jake the Snake has been calling out Cody Rhodes every single week since Lance Archer debuted, and Cody Rhodes has ignored Lance Archer ever since he's debuted, right? Cody Rhodes is acting like this is no big deal, right? Like this isn't a big black cloud looming over him, right? And it's going to come to be that Lance Archer's going to fucking eat him alive, and then Jake Snake's going to be like, I told you so, you know, and they're going to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, and
right.
It's like, Lance Archer's new. He needs the win. He can use the belt.
Yes.
He can elevate the belt, whereas and he can help build the belt up. Mm-hmm. I think Cody Rhodes doesn't need the belt, so.
Right, and Cody Rhodes really is the way that he's been booked so far, the way he's booked himself so far is that he's been booked to lose mostly and put other people over, because I think he's trying to avoid that kind of reputation that someone like Triple H had, for example, where they always try to put themselves at the top, right? I don't think that's why he kind of made that stipulation where he can never challenge for the AEW title. You know what I mean? I think eventually Cody Rhodes will have a good run in AEW where he'll have some kind of title and have some kind, you know what I mean? But I think the time is not now. He needs to establish others in this company, and that's what he's trying to do first.
That's just like the Young Bucks too, where the problem is like you have characters called the Elite, the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, and all of them have kind of just been like upper card guys who've lost a lot.
Yes.
Like Kenny Omega, he is booked so weird in AEW for somebody who is like huge. Like he has these throwaway weird tag matches sometimes. He faces random goons. He fought some goon last week or 2 weeks ago, and like he should have squashed him. And the guy had a competitive match. Yeah. And maybe that's because they're trying to pretend like it's an audience that doesn't know who Kenny Omega is.
Right.
But like the guy is like star, so he should be having star-worthy matches.
He should be where Jon Moxley is right now. But the thing is, this is the thing, and I understand where they're coming from, because it's like these guys have stake in the company. The Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, the Elite, Cody Rhodes, right? They're probably trying to paint themselves as not being greedy and booking themselves to win. But it's a balancing act because it's like, dude, you have all these fans that watch AEW for you. We want to see you win. We want to see Kenny Omega with the fucking belt in the main event.
I want to see Kenny Omega having just banger matches. That's what it is.
I do too, but I want to see him.
I got spoiled seeing him in New Japan, just like having killer matches. And I get it; it's different, but still.
I know, but the thing is, it's like we all know that he's the fucking one of the best in the world. You know what I mean? And it's like he should be the face of the damn company. He should be the guy that's on TV with the belt.
They want to put John Moxley there because of WWE.
Well, yeah, it's a familiar face to casual WWE fans. You know what I mean? I get that.
I was also, I don't know if I was talking to you about this.
And so was Jericho. I
don't know who I was talking about it with, but I was saying, I wonder if the coronavirus, if AEW didn't exist during the COVID and coronavirus thing right now, if WWE would still be running. Because I feel like WWE is only running because they have actual competition right now. And because Vince McMahon obviously likes money, but
sure.
But I think a huge part of it is because they have competition and that competition would pull ahead,
right?
Like big time, it's just a thought. Just a thought.
Absolutely. So with that, I don't know if there's any other wrestling news. Oh, WWE lawsuit. Have you heard about this? I heard there's some of their.
No, who's suing now?
I don't know, man. I just saw the reports before we went live, and it has something to do. Excuse me for not having the full scoop on this, but from what I pieced together, it has to do with WWE withholding information from their shareholders about their standings with the Saudi Arabian government and the deals in place over there. I think there was a issue with their network deal in Saudi Arabia, where Saudi Arabia took it off the air, and they were withholding millions.
WWE accused of fraudulent scheme in class action lawsuits questioning ties to Saudi Arabia. WWE has been named in several class action lawsuits on behalf of the shareholders of the wrestling juggernaut. After a nightmarish 2020 that has seen the WWE stock violently implode after trading as high as $100 per share as recently as 2018, WWE stock rallied last week following a strong first quarter 20 earnings call. Okay. In addition to lofty profits and television deals with NBC Universal, which have acted as lifelines amid WWE's decline in key performance indicators across the board, part of WWE's stock rebounding was due to the grim Black Friday, which saw hundreds of WWE's employees, talent, and executives either furloughed or lay off. WWE stock closed at $44 on Tuesday, which was yesterday. Okay, let's see. Just 5 days ago, WWE's earnings call was yet another demonstration in overly agreeable shareholders seeming to fall for Vince McMahon's questionable excuses for drops. Some shareholders are now taking a far more combative tone, and following investment firms have filed class action lawsuits against WWE. Levi and Korinsky named several formal complaints alleging WWE deceived the investing public in numerous aspects of reporting. But I don't know if it has to do with the Saudi Arabia stuff.
Well, so what I had heard is that what they were painting an unrealistic picture of what their relationship was like to their shareholders with the Saudi Arabian government, right? WWE was acting like it was all cool, but in reality, Saudi Arabia had yanked their shows off of their network in Saudi Arabia and withheld millions and millions of dollars pay to the WWE, and WWE was telling their shareholders that they had a stable relationship. Meanwhile, back when they had that show in Saudi Arabia where their plane got stuck on the runway due to mechanical failure, that it really was the Saudi Arabian government holding their fucking wrestlers hostage because they couldn't work out a deal. And meanwhile, they're telling their fucking shareholders oh no, it's fine.
Oh yeah, here it is here in a 44-page filing.
Yeah.
All these people. The lawsuit also questions WWE's ties to Saudi Arabia, specifically during the timeline of last year's controversy surrounding the alleged hostage situation.
Yes. So
how much money though? Oh yeah, crown jewel until Saudis made tens of millions of dollars in past due payments. Estimated the amounts outstanding range from $60 million as much as $500 million. Several wrestlers detailed their experience during the ordeal on social media platforms. Yeah. So interesting. That is interesting.
Nanas.
But it's scary. I mean, that's what happens when you do business with evil people. You know,
just don't.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I mean, maybe they won't. I mean, obviously, like, what's
I think that relationship will fizzle out in the next couple of years.
Well, I mean, unless there's a way they can sever the contract. I don't know, dude. Like, if they could also start a fucking war. Like, I don't know, dude. But like, what's gonna happen this year when October rolls around? That's when they do their biannual show. They do one right before WrestleMania.
They've gone back since that hostage situation.
They have, but right now I'm talking about with the pandemic and everything, they can't go do a show in fucking Saudi Arabia right now. You know what I mean? Or like, and the next one usually would be in the fall. So I mean, it's probably unlikely that they're gonna live shows filled, you know, with stadiums of 80,000 people are going to be happening in the fall. So what's going to happen then? You know what I mean? So, you know, maybe things are going to come to a head, hopefully. Maybe the one silver lining of this coronavirus is that WWE gets out of their contract with Saudi Arabia somehow. I don't know.
They can't fulfill the contract.
Or perhaps WWE will get played with their own tactic where Saudi Arabia will add years onto their contract. Just like WWE does to all their wrestlers that miss time because of injuries, you know, getting a taste of their own medicine. That could happen too. But no, I think this shit should end. Like, it's not good for anybody.
It's really weird and gross.
Yes, it is. And especially when you tie it in with all the things that are happening right now with Linda McMahon, donating $18.5 million to the state of Florida and all that sketchy stuff. And
it's very sketchy. The
next day, WWE is deemed essential business. Like, there's a lot of sketchy stuff happening around WWE. These not only even pre-pandemic, you know what I mean, and now it's only getting worse. So I don't know, man. That said, we can look forward to Money in the Bank next week.
What is it, the 10th?
Wait,
May
no,
10th.
I'm sorry. Money in the Bank isn't next week. It's a week from next week. So
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks away.
Climb the corporate ladder.
They're gonna climb the corporate ladder. Metz is back, Terry, and he wants to know. He wants to know what's your take on Money in the Bank, and I assume by that he means having it at WWE headquarters.
I think it's going to be fun if they shoot it like an action movie, like The Raid, and it's done where it's like there's multiple things going on in elevators and different floors, starting from the basement and working their way up to the top. I think it could be done really, really well. Yeah. That being said, it could also be a total disaster.
It could be a shit show, dude.
And there's 2 of these matches. There's the women's also and the men's.
Are they both at the headquarters?
And they both end on the roof.
Okay, that just seems so weird to me. So they're going to have to take us through... I mean, are they going to go through the same area? Is it just going to be the same thing?
That's the problem. So it can't be the same thing. So there has to be some sort of way that it's shot. And it'd be interesting if they started the matches and then had other matches going on. And they're like, all right, let's see what's going on in the Money in the Bank match. Like if anybody got there. Yeah. You know, like go back and forth. I don't know. I'm interested. I'm more interested in it than I thought I would be. Yeah. See, I have no idea what the other matches are or care.
Metz says he thinks they should cancel the whole thing. They're going to be going up to the floors. So this is how I envision it, and I don't think this is necessarily a good or bad thing, and we're not going to know until we're watching it before our very eyes, okay? I think it's going to be probably reminiscent of the Edge and Randy Orton match that took place at WrestleMania.
Hopefully it's not as boring.
Hopefully it's not as boring and doesn't go on too long. I can't imagine that it's going to be because, you know, it could go one of 2 ways too, right? I think maybe if they really go in depth, the way it could be awesome. Here's my pitch for how it could be awesome, right? Wrestlers splinter off into groups and they're all over the fucking building. You know what I mean? You have, I don't even know who's in the match to be honest, but you have wrestler 1 and 2 brawling in the staircase over here. You have wrestlers 3 and 4 in an office room throwing down. And then you got wrestlers 5 and 6 in a different floor. You know what I mean? And they're switching back and forth between everybody and seeing where everybody's at, and then they all meet at the top. I think that would be the best way that they can do it, right? Here's the thing. That could also get boring. You know what I mean? If it goes on too long.
I think it's gonna be hilarious. I think they're gonna be putting people through sheetrock. I think people are gonna be falling downstairs.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be. I wouldn't be surprised if they went as crazy as filming people like going in an elevator and going through like the top of the elevator and like start climbing up the cables. Like, and film it like an action movie.
Oh, that would be great. See, that would be amazing.
Like, I think they're going to do something real ridiculous.
If it's like that, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I just hope that they don't take too long to get to the roof, because that is what would be a problem. If the match was like 20 minutes of...
it's going to be a long time.
If it was 20 minutes in the building and 5 minutes on the roof, no. I think it should be like 10 minutes in the building, 10 minutes on the roof. You know what I mean? So we get
these matches are going 30 minutes each.
All right, 15 in the building, 15 on the roof. You know what I mean? Half and half.
I think the match in the ring is important. I feel like they have to get to the ring.
Yeah, dude, because we need all those traditional Money in the Bank spots of people going through ladders and shit. Mets wants to know who he thinks walking out with the briefcase. I'm going to withhold my opinion until next week's podcast because we don't know who the final people are.
I don't even know who's in it.
I don't either.
Yeah.
Women's, I'm going to make a bold prediction. Asuka deserves it, so I'm going to go with Asuka. But if not...
Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks, because that's how they'll set up their match with Sasha and Bayley at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but does she need to do the shitty cash-in on Bayley? Because she's going to want to do like the... I feel like she would do like the... Well, if she cashes on Bayley, she'll be like, I'm cashing in my briefcase. It's not going to be like she runs in.
Right. I think Sasha Banks, because they're friends... Go ahead.
Because it's WWE, Sasha Banks will win.
Before SummerSlam.
She'll
and Bayley...
cash it in. And Bayley will get the rematch.
Oh, it's so WWE of them. What they should do is have, because they're best friends... I mean, let's be honest. It's going to be a hell of a moment when Sasha Banks cashes in on Bayley. That'll be sick. But it would almost be better if she cashed it in and said, like, I'm cashing in my money in the bank to challenge you to a match at SummerSlam, like, the month ahead of time. Like a few other people have done in the past. You know what I mean? Like, Braun Strowman did that to Brock Lesnar, but he ended up losing the match, of course. But that would be a good way to do it. But you're probably right. The WWE way to do it is have her fucking cash in the week before, and then she'll get a rematch at SummerSlam, and there'll be no build to it, and it'll be stupid.
Yeah.
One problem, I don't think Sasha Banks is in the match. She's not yet. She's already had two qualifier matches that she's lost. She's gonna qualify this. She'll qualify this week or next week. She'll qualify.
If she lost two qualifier matches, and it has more, then it's gonna be like she's definitely gonna get another shot. And get in, and it'll be all about the story.
The reason why she's had so many qualifying matches because they just don't have enough people that haven't qualified yet. So that's why she's got to be the one that has all the matches for the. You know what I mean? Matt says he's holding his predictions till next week. I am too, but that's my prediction for the women's match. I think it's going to be either Sasha Banks or Asuka. It should not be anyone else. Men's, I don't even know who's in the men's match.
I don't know.
So I guess that's it for wrestling stuff, isn't it? Do we wrap it up?
That's it. I got nothing, baby.
I got nothing. Mike Terry, do you have any parting words for our listeners?
Check out the jukeboxromantics.com or jukeboxromantics.com. That's my band. We got a bunch of new merch up, and right now we could totally use your help. I'll be live streaming May 9th on Facebook for some birthday party event thing. So I'll be doing that with my music. Other than that, find us at Twitter and Instagram at TheRudeCast, Facebook.com/RudeCast. We'll be here every Wednesday around 1-ish till the foreseeable future. And I got nothing else to say. Take care of each other. Social distance, stay inside, wear your mask, wash your hands, wash your peenies and your ginies. And that's all I got to say, really.
Very good. Well, guys, this has been the Rude Cast episode 175. We'll catch you right here next week with our Money in the Bank predictions show, plus our Westworld season finale.
Oh, yeah. We got a big show next week.
Big episode.
A big episode.
And more. But that's all for now, guys. We will catch you soon. Deuces and gooses.
Peace. a mahich.